Oftentimes, the linens I find at estate sales are stained, and most people leave them behind, but not me. I rescue them because I've learned a few tricks for getting those stains out. Linens are one of my favorite things to hunt for. Beautiful tablecloths, napkins, placemats. So many of those get overlooked and left behind because people see one stain and assume they're ruined. But honestly, I've been able to save almost every single one I've brought home. These were from a recent estate sale, and several of these were just in a large plastic bag filled with a hodgepodge of linens, and I got the entire bag for $5. It was mostly vintage linens with these sweet little embroideries, and I really hoped I could rescue them and keep the color, which I did. One of the methods that I use most often is to soak them in OxiClean Odor Blasters. It's an odor and stain remover. So it helps not only get the stains, but also the odor. And sometimes old linens do have a bit of a stink. And here is the container that it's in. Look for that purple and blue. Now, I use these tall trash cans for soaking because they're deep enough for larger tablecloths and they hold in the heat really well. First, I add a scoop of OxiClean powder to the bottom of the can, and then I start adding hot water. And when I say hot, I mean really hot. The hotter the water, the better this method works. I usually add enough water first to dissolve the powder completely. You definitely want to be careful here and not burn your hands. I actually have a wooden stick for stirring, but half the time I forget to grab it and just end up carefully poking down and swishing around with my finger. Once the powder is dissolved, I continue filling the can with water and start adding the linens. You want to make sure they're unfolded. Do not keep them folded or you may not get all the stains out. As you're adding the linens, keep adding that hot water, and you want all of the linens inside and the can filled completely to the top with the hot water. Once you're done with that, you're going to place a heavy plate or some sort of lid on top. This little trick will help hold the linens down under the water, and it also keeps the heat trapped in longer, which really helps with the soaking and cleaning process. Then I wait for about 24 hours. I'll come back and check the stains to see how they're looking. I've recently learned a trick from Shelley Stewart, who created Mama's Miracle Linen Soap, which I'll be sharing more about soon. And she said to place a safety pin at your toughest stain before soaking, because then you know where to look. And if that stain's gone, then the rest of your linen is gone. If all of your stains are gone, then rinse, launder, iron. If they're not, I soak them again for 24 hours and just keep going until all the stains are gone. If they don't go away, then I use them for cleaning rags. Once the stains are gone, I rinse them, dry them, iron them. I really feel like patience pays off in this, so it's not a quick thing. And I make sure that before I put them away, I iron them. I don't always, but I try to. I'm really hoping to add a steam press to the dish room eventually, because that would make life so much easier. But using this method, I've been able to rescue so many beautiful linens that probably would have otherwise been a cleaning rag. And honestly, there's something satisfying about bringing those old linens back to life. Wouldn't you love to know the stories they could tell of the dinners that they were at? I love giving them a second chance on the table and saving the environment in this at the same time. So I hope this method works for you. If you try it, tag me, let me know. I'd love to see it. And here are the linens that I started at the very beginning, and they look fabulous.